All right. Hello and welcome everyone to the final episode of the Rocklin Clinic Job. My name is John. My pronouns are he, him. I'm going to be your game master tonight. And we've got our full cast in attendance with us tonight. So let's go around the table. Sam, who are you? Where do people know you from? And who are you playing tonight?
I am Sam, she, her, she, they pronouns. Playing Note tonight, the net runner. That is nervous to start, but not really. It's gonna be fine. Normally, you can find me usually over on We Have to Tell or the Lost Caravan. Not doing as much streaming right now, but if you hit up my Twitter, scribbling Sammy Scribbles now, you can figure out everything that I'm doing and get some awesome indie TTRPG reviews. So that's all
Awesome.
I'm doing.
Continuing counterclockwise, Ty. Same questions.
Hello, I am Ty. You can end up finding me mostly on Twitter under the name Typhonus, and I primarily these days end up doing a blog that ends up covering RPG and other fantasy and sci-fi themes. And tonight I am playing the solo Shadow.
All right. And from Ty, we're going to go to Jesse.
Happy that today.
Meg.
Awesome.
Period.
And Shay, it's your turn.
Oh, then I have to follow Nutmeg.
Right?
Hey, Moonlight.
Hi, I am Shay. I am she, her, and you can usually find me here where I. Oh no, is there no sound from Jesse?
I had you muted because you weren't here last night or last week. Go ahead and finish your introduction, Shay, and then we'll go back and reintroduce Jesse.
Okay. Because it's Jesse's bit is important. Yes, me. I am Shay. I am she, her, and you can find me here playing this or Pathfinder, which we were playing earlier this summer. We took a bit of an end of summer break, but I'm sure we will be back in action. I also do some very casual cosplay, which you can find here. I am also on Instagram, though can't say I'm especially active. But yeah, I'm playing JK, who is a tech. She's also a she, her. And yeah, she's definitely having a lot of fun on this job. That's for sure.
And she picked up a lot of kit during the shopping trip between sessions.
Yeah, there's some fun things that I added to my shotgun for sure.
And returning, because apparently I screwed up, Jesse.
Hey, tonight is just a night of fun explore, see what happens.
Yeah.
So hi, my name is Jesse, pronouns they, them. I am playing Servi Allentile, pronouns she, her for her, the lawman to the people. And she did not get anything during a shopping spree because I'm going to headcanon it that she gave all her money to the people.
That's not
to her
entirely true. You did pick up one. Well, I picked up one thing for you.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Yeah, you got
Very excited
a
to see
very
what it is.
small upgrade to your cyber eye.
Ooh.
Cool. And joining me tonight is a very special guest. His name is Nutmeg, and he is my snake, and it is his gotcha day today. So I've officially had him for 1 year. He's a little over a year old, and I'm very excited to show him to everybody.
All right, thank you so much, and welcome Nutmeg to the stream. So, like I said, tonight's the finale of the Rocklin Clinic Job. Now, this is a Cyberpunk Red campaign that we've been doing in conjunction with the Qualmar Realm as a fundraiser to support scholarships to attend QualmarCon 2023, which is an in-person gaming convention that the Qualmar Realm is hosting, I believe, next September. You would think I would have nailed down when that actually is happening at some point in the last month. Clearly, I have not, and that's fine. The way that you can help us support that is by going to the link at the bottom of the page, ko-fi.com/Rogue Sparrow Games, and donating any amount that you feel comfortable with at that link. Something is trying to open on my computer. I'm not sure what.
Wrong way. There we are.
Oh.
I don't know what happened there, but I'm okay with it. All right.
I was trying to point to the Ko-fi link, but the video is swapped.
No. Something was trying to open on my computer, and I'm sure it's probably a virus, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, yes, so donate at ko-fi.com/Rogue Sparrow Games. Any amount is greatly appreciated. We have had to do away with the top and bottom tiers simply because this is the last episode, and those rewards were things that I can only do between episodes.
You can still donate out of the goodness of your own heart, though.
You can still donate at the goodness out of your heart. And if you donate at the $5 tier, you will get the reward of PDF copies of all of the character sheets that our players have created over the last month. And if you donate at the $10 level, you'll receive a PDF copy of this adventure, a PDF copy of all those character sheets, and the opportunity for a one-on-one character creation session with me in any system you like. If it's a system I don't know, I will learn it to the best of my ability for that character creation session. Just don't expect a highly optimized character in that case. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump in. Last time, and I think Syrinscape cut out.
Yeah, Syrinscape was crashing for me, so I just decided to not.
Well, I would like to continue, so let's try
I'd
that.
like to, yes.
Anyways, so you all got hired by a woman by the name of Soraya Ponakar, who I have an image of there. Soraya Ponakar formerly worked for a company, a mega corporation called Rocklin Clinic, which specializes in cybernetic implants and prosthetic devices. She had been part of the research and development side of the company and had helped develop an implantation protocol that would have reduced the rejection rate for cybernetic devices implanted in children. So, if a kid loses a foot or whatever, they don't have to go through the trauma of losing it again when their implant gets rejected. Publicly speaking, the trial was meeting with success. She, however, had pushed just a little bit too hard to have that trial, put out in the... Oh, I see what happened. Syrinscape decided to shut down. That's what I saw. She had pushed just a little bit too hard to have that trial put out in the public domain, and she wanted the end result to be put out in the public domain as well. Rocklin Augmetics had other plans for this, and so she was fired. She came to a fixer that she had worked with, a guy by the name of 2-Bit Tommy, who had put together this crew with the idea of securing all of the trial data from the clinical trial from the clinic servers before Rocklin would be able to come in and retrieve the data themselves. You were able to do that. It took a little bit of finagling. Took a little bit of confrontation with friends from your past. Well, friends is a strong word now, but currently corpses.
It happens.
And what was that?
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. It's all good.
Breakups
Anyways.
can be rough.
Yeah, very apparently. So you secured the trial data. You were going to go hand it over when the diner that you were meeting with Soraya in got attacked by a group of Ironsight's booster gangers. You were not particularly troubled by this, and you were able to deal with them quite handily, but it sent a message. Somebody other than Rocklin is interested in this data. And so you spent the next few days doing a little bit of digging, a little bit of investigation. And you found out several things. And I actually wrote up a fairly decent set of investigation results for Jesse to get you caught up because you weren't here last time.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure the rest of us could probably use a refresher of our
Yes.
floundering.
Yeah, no one else needs a refresher. It's just me because I was absent.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the thing that we're gonna go with. Shadow found out that through contact with your Shadow sister that a shipment of otherwise unremarkable small arms, pistols, assault rifles, shotguns, all kinds of stuff that had been seized by the NCPD and was being transported for, impoundment and destruction, had gotten attacked, and all the guns had been hijacked. So somewhere in the local arms market, those guns are, floating around. But other than that, that was kind of that set of news.
I need to interrupt real fast because the thought passed through my head that in this world, you actually do need to clarify that it's guns and not actual small arms.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That image just popped in my head, and I was like, small arms. Oh no.
Yeah, this was in fact
Small arms.
firearms. All right. Note analyzed the copy of the data that Note had kept, and found that there were in fact two sets of files. One was the public set of files or public-facing set of files that kind of confirmed what Soraya had said. They had a 60% success rate. The trial was generally successful. The implantation protocol was well on its way to being developed. There was a second private set of files that painted a different picture, that basically suggested that the way that they had got that good result was by excluding the really, really bad edge cases, including one of the trial participants who was Shadow's niece, with the end result that she was permanently placed in a wheelchair.
My daughter.
Your daughter, I'm sorry.
Oh, right.
Yep. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I've got a lot of family trees that I'm kind of keep track of here. He came to the conclusion that there were only a couple of set reasons why you would keep a set of files like that. One being some sort of corporate fastidiousness, ethical treatment. I don't know why you would have an ethical treatment in a corporation, but far be it for me to criticize. The other being is that second set of files is the parachute if somebody with access to that set of files were to try to leave Rocklin and go to another corporation, hypothetically speaking. JK found a fixer who had worked with this Ironside's booster gang by the name of Slipping Jimmy. And we have a picture of Slipping Jimmy.
He was very little.
available. There we go. Good old Slipping Jimmy. Basically persuaded him to set up a meeting with their leader who goes by the name of Harpy. When you heard the name Harpy, Note realized that this was somebody that they knew from their past. Two-Bit also came back with his own information, basically saying, Slipping Jimmy's got this bad reputation. He works a lot with the Iron Sights, and anybody else that he works with generally comes to a bad end. So whatever he's telling you, don't trust it. And that was it for the investigation. You also had the opportunity to do some shopping while you were doing that investigation. As I hinted at, Survey, you got an upgrade for your Cyber Eye. Ty, what did you buy?
I bought new armor and bought a better grade of pistol and a better grade assault rifle, and I bought 2 clips for each gun of armor piercing rounds.
And the ever fastidious Shadow also sent some money home.
Oh, and I landed up got some reflex boosters, which I can't remember the name of it because every cyberpunk type system has a different name for it.
You implanted Kreznikov, correct?
Yeah, Kreznikov.
Okay, Kreznikov. Cool.
Yep, and then I sent money home. Money home to land up paying the bills and put aside some money to land up buying a better grade of combat wheelchair for my daughter. Since clearly my daughter isn't going to be getting out of a wheelchair anytime soon.
Right. Thank you for that, and thank you for the donation, Dux. You are a scholar and a gentle person, and we appreciate you greatly. Shay, what did JK buy during the shopping trip?
Okay, let's see. She upgraded her shotgun. She upgraded her assault rifle. Not only did she buy a higher quality shotgun, she may have added some attachments that will help it go even more boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
With a couple different kinds of boom. So,
Ooh.
Well, to be fair, it's more of a boom, boom.
Yeah, one of those. Because apparently you can attach grenade launchers to your shotguns, and
when is a shotgun not a shotgun?
When it's a grenade launcher.
So I got that. I also got a stun gun because she did learn her lesson a little bit that you should probably not use a shotgun to incapacitate someone as opposed to just murder them. So a little bit of restraint to help balance out the grenades. And let's see. After all that, I got some new light tattoos.
Yeah.
Yep, I got some new light tattoos.
All right. And that leaves us with the last member of our little crew, who is, well, let's just be upfront about it, clinging on to humanity for dear life. What did Note buy?
Not clinging to humanity, because who needs that? No bought drugs. But also like a really fancy cyber deck that has insulated wires, so they don't need to have a fire extinguisher on nearby at all times. Just some fancy new things to kill things over and de-res them in the virtual. And maybe a pain editor so they can no longer feel pain, but those types of things.
I think I still have one charge left on my fire extinguisher.
Maybe keep it handy just in case.
I'm pretty sure you only used one, so you should have 2 remaining.
Oh, 2. So that means I can use even more incendiary grenades.
Yeah, I only caught on fire like once last time.
All right. So
We're
with
so
all
close
of those,
many other times.
Yeah.
with all of those purchases made, and a meeting with Harvey set up in a couple of days, you decided to spend the intervening time making sure everybody on your own side is, towing the line. And so you decided to run a little bit of surveillance on Soraya, who you found had rented an apartment in Mega Building H7 in Rancho Coronado, which at that time was not yet a bombed-out structure. I don't know if we're going to find out whether or what the cause was for that bombing tonight. I don't know. But
Not me.
all right. Once the page loads. All right, so you got up to floor 28, and you noticed two things. One, apartment 28B was leased to nobody. There was a lease. The apartment was reserved. It was all paid in full. There was no name on the lease. And you figured out that, that occasionally happens when, like, a corporation is trying to run an off-the-books safe house, basically. They will shove enough money at the problem that they don't need to put a name on the lease. And very few mega building landlords are inclined to question that. Legal requirements be damned.
Hey, if there's money.
The other thing you notice is that apartment 28C is leased to somebody by the name of Sandy Parker. You weren't able to find any files on this Sandy Parker, but you did notice that both apartments were leased within 5 minutes of each other. Every single rent payment for the two apartments has been made within 5 minutes of each other, and they appear to be drawn from the same accounts.
Well, at least it's not suspicious.
Yeah, and it's sounding very suspicious. You all ran a little bit of surveillance, about 5 to 6 hours of surveillance on this, and you noticed that the floor was relatively quiet. Nobody came in or out of either apartment except for one food delivery to the Sandy Parker apartment, which was received by somebody just opening the door, reaching out, grabbing the food, and going back in.
Wait, did they grab it?
No, you said the last time that nobody came out for the food.
Are you trying to tell me that you turned away and didn't see when they reached out and grabbed the food?
That's because Note grabbed the food.
Yeah.
Grab the food.
I
Grab the food. No, grab the food.
And then went to knock on the door.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
giving them their food.
Yeah, you're...
So you went to go knock on the door, and what did you hear when you knocked on the door?
The sound of people being like, "Just a minute."
Yeah, but
That doesn't sound entirely right.
No, that was totally correct.
Was it the sound of a grenade launcher?
No, I think it
just
sounded
a shotgun.
it sounded suspiciously like somebody racking a shell into a shotgun.
Oh, sorry, I mixed up shotgun and grenade launcher again.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, it's easy to make that mistake.
Stop
So-
This is the sound of like kittens and puppies or something.
So with that, we return to the present moment. Note, you knocked on a door, and you heard somebody cocking a shotgun on the other side. What you gonna do?
Food delivery for Sandy Parker. I got you, shawarma.
The little red lock icon on the lock shifts to green. The door appears to be unlocked.
Are they inviting me inside?
Don't go in.
It would be rude to not go inside.
No, just ask them to come out for their food.
Maybe they want to share. No, opens the door.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Roll initiative.
No, let's not quite roll initiative yet, but I do want to confirm. Note is obviously first through the door. Where is everyone else in relation to this? Are you stacked up with Note? Are you on the other side of the floor? Where are you standing?
I would say probably like around a corner watching, maybe with the assault rifle ready just in case.
Okay. Shadow or Serby?
I think I'd be right next to the door, like you see in a stereotypical, cop movie where somebody knocks and then there's somebody right to the side
Okay.
covering.
And
yeah.
Shadow, where are you standing?
I would be lining up, standing on the standing down the hallway, but still within line of sight to land up and be able to keep an eye on what's going on with my hand already lined up, with my heavy heavy pistol already drawn,
All
and
right.
my hand behind my back, ready
All
to
right.
land
So
up.
you open the door, and you find that this is one of the larger apartments in the mega building. Once you get up to about floor 25, they start getting into like 2 and 3 bedroom apartments that don't smell like rat piss. Usually. So this one has a small like mudroom vestibule, that sort of thing, with another door, closed door inside. You notice that there's lights on in the apartment, which power saving rules basically that only happens if there's somebody in the apartment at that point. And you notice that there is light coming from underneath the door leading deeper into the apartment. There is not anybody to greet you, though.
And no shotguns by the door?
No shotguns by the door.
Can I do a quick scan to see if they have their own personal net access?
Yeah, go ahead and run an interface check.
Of course, my thing has frozen. One moment, sorry.
So we don't see anyone inside?
You are just standing in the mudroom, the vestibule, and no, there is nobody inside.
Okay.
The door leading further into the apartment is still closed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
As they're slowly walking forward, it's do you want me to leave this somewhere? It's gonna cost you extra the longer I'm in here. I don't remember seeing a tip.
You hear a voice that is simultaneously mechanical and distorted, but also very familiar to you. And the voice says, "Oh, you know better. Come on in, Note. Let's catch up."
Oh no.
Whose voice is that? GM?
That's the voice. The voice underlying the mechanical tones, you're pretty sure belongs to somebody you grew up with, somebody by the name of Madison Hughes.
Fuck me. Very loudly, so that hopefully their friends at the hall can hear. I call half of the shawarma harpy, just saying. I don't think you need that much anyways. As they're gonna like open the interior door.
All right. You open the door to the inside, and the first thing that you see is the body of Slipping Jimmy laid out on the floor, his throat cut, and a pool of blood spilling out around him.
Oh, damn.
Hey.
Then you see.
Carpet.
What was that?
Is this on like hardwood floor, on carpet, on a rug?
It's basic. Like they have a standardized like concrete subfloor that you can add stuff to.
Do you need to worry about slipping?
No.
Or
Okay, because Jimmy did enough of that.
You're all wearing combat boots, presumably, so yeah, you don't need to worry about slipping in this. But then coming in from the direction of what you assume to be one of the bedrooms, you see Harpy, who is not the woman that you remember. She has completely gone over to Borgware. Her synth skin is all chromed out. She's got both cyber eyes. You can tell that she's had modifications made to her nervous system, to her arms, to her legs, and she's wiping a rag over her chromed claws as she walks into the room.
You realize you're on the 28th floor and getting a body down inconspicuously is going to be a little hard, right?
I'm glad that's your first thought.
I'm going to take a moment in the background to switch from my assault rifle to my shotgun and load an EMP round into the...
Okay.
Okay.
Just quietly.
Tell your friends they can come on in. This is a business deal. We can be civil about this.
Can you stop using your eyes and can we, through the walls and stuff? You just let us sit out there for 5 hours?
Yeah. Not my fault you didn't knock on the door.
I thought all the cameras were down.
That's what I was telling them. We should have just knocked, but... Okay, guys. They already know we're here.
All right, I suppose it's time to go in then. If we don't need to be sneaky about it anymore.
I don't think we were ever sneaky, but...
All right, go ahead and move your tokens in as you come into the living room of the apartment. Harpy jumps up on like a bureau counter thing, just like sits up on that, her feet dangling. Just basically ignoring the rapidly cooling body in the middle of the floor.
Also, it's recent.
Yeah, pretty recent.
All right, JK is going to say, so when your band attacked us in the diner, were you trying to kill us, 2-bits, or Sarana?
Multiple goals. Realistically speaking, we wanted the trial data. If Soraya could be removed from the table, so much the better.
Isn't she like just next door? Can't you just like...
See, she was just next door. That's the thing. Apparently, somebody, and she casts a dirty glance at the corpse on the floor, found out that the same crew that the Ironsides had taken an interest in had suddenly taken an interest in this place. And through an uncharacteristic bout of conscience, decided he needed to warn her.
There's probably money involved.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Not that it does so much now.
But he knew the consequences. And it's not my fault he didn't believe me when I said that I would kill him. Now,
it's funny because a couple days ago you seemed pretty sure that you would absolutely kill him.
You know, they always act like that, but then they go and make the dumb decision anyways.
It's true.
They always think, that they're going to be able to explain their way out of it. That if they just throw enough bullshit at the wall, enough of it's going to stick that I'm not going to kill them.
Speaking of bullshit, how come you want the trial data?
Look at me. You think I'm sitting happy right here?
No, but you know, like their success rate was complete and utter bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sitting happy.
Oh, I am just sitting here on the couch, just legs crossed, quietly observing.
Listen.
A massive air of confidence unearned about her right now.
There's a limit to what modern cybernetics are able to handle.
Sure seems like you were looking to find that limit too.
I need every edge that I can get if I'm going to maintain my position.
Yeah,
and
but
my
I'm
life.
kind of afraid of, like, you know, going a little. Woohoo.
Apparently not.
Listen,
That's a problem.
you can sit there and you can make your jokes and you can judge, but I'm not the only one that's riding the edge right now. And I saw an opportunity, even if it was not entirely on the up and up, to maybe stave off some of the effects. So
Why
that's
didn't you
what
just ask that?
I didn't hear the question, sorry.
Oh, why don't you just ask it then? We have no stake in this game.
This is me asking. This is me.
You tried to kill us.
That, how much you paying then? Is the
Yeah,
question?
good point.
If you're asking if I can match the 5,000 each that corpo bitch gave you, the answer is no. I ain't got that kind of scratch.
Oh, then you don't get that kind of data.
Well, you know, we've already got the data. What do you say about 3,000 each?
Why would we go down? JK, why would we go down?
Because if you don't go down, then there's 28 floors of iron sights that you got to get through before you leave. Have fun with that.
Besides, we got 5,000 for going to the clinic. I say 3,000 is pretty solid. Considering you did try to kill us first.
But JK, do you honestly think that there's 28 floors of Ironsides? I think you're bluffing.
Do you know how to barter?
Aren't I doing it? I think I'm doing a good job. I want 5,000.
No, hon. Okay, watch. Look, stop. You're on your way to getting nothing, because at some point somebody's going to pull away. So what if,
Then we just
Yeah,
harvest their body.
what if
Then we
instead,
do
yeah, we do 3,000. But if you can do 3,000, that's good. But you'll need to make up the difference of that 2,000 in some other way. What you got?
Oh, you seem to think that you're in a good negotiating position.
Well, you want the data.
I
We
do
have
want
the
the data.
And we
And
don't
if
need
I
the
can't
data.
get the data from you, then I know who I can get the data from. You are not the only game in town.
No, but we're here and
Yes.
willing to barter with you.
We
Seems a
are
lot easier.
streaming in your living room, you might say.
You think I'm gonna shell out 1,200 eddies for something you already got paid for?
All right, well then what is it worth it to you? Make your offer.
500 total, and you walk out clean.
You realize that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us in here right now. One of you, we could just take you out real quick, like, and your 28 floors of Ironsides. I'm pretty sure we could walk out of here, Madison.
You have a moment of realization as you're saying that. You very definitely heard somebody cocking a shotgun. She is not holding a shotgun.
Okay, but her arm could turn into a shotgun.
And you also have not looked in the rest of the apartment.
But also, there are 4 of us and 1 of you. But if this does turn into a firefight, we could still take you out, and you could still take us out, and then we'd all be dead, and then none of us would have the data or the money. So, like, really, what's the point of that? We're all
That's a
like,
very
fine,
good question.
right? So,
That's-
like, why even turn this into a fight? Why can't we just like figure this out? You know that data's worth far more than $500. 500 eddies.
It may well be if you
And
were
you
at
could try to kill us.
if you were at some, you know, corporate auction where multiple people were bidding and budgets
aren't
were
you happy
flush.
that we're not, and we're here with you? If this were a corporate auction, we could get far more than 5,000 per person for this. We're here with you.
You are here with me.
And well, we can go less than 5,000 per person. You know that 500 total is just
Offensive.
yeah.
I'm offended.
I mean,
Thank
look,
you so much for that donation. We appreciate it. I missed the name on it.
could I roll like a persuasion or something?
Yeah, you can.
I can try.
Connor, thank you so much for the donation.
Thanks, Connor. Let's be like, we're not at a corporate auction. We're here dealing with you. We're happy to give you this data for a price, but not for 500 total.
I'm not happy about any of it.
Could I also roll perception to see if I notice anything that would indicate there's another person around?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Excuse me. All right, so with the 10, you don't know one way or the other necessarily. But you do know that there's a lot of blind spots in this apartment that you have not looked in.
I think I'd like to start pacing while the conversation keeps going.
Okay. with your 12 to persuade, JK, she's sitting there and she's getting agitated.
Can I roll a human perception to see if there's like any chance in hell she's willing to deal?
That would be a good idea. Yeah. Human perception 17. All right. So you realize that 500 that she's offering, she might be able to go up to like 750 total. But at the end of the day, she's a booster gang lieutenant. And it's a small-time booster gang right now. She does not have the kind of budget to outbid what you're asking.
Okay,
and she's getting angry about that fact.
Okay, so what if we don't talk base? What if we talk like gear? You know, there was this missing shipment that we think may have turned up in some other hands. Maybe we could trade knowledge for hardware. Would that be a better way to trade?
She ponders this. All right. Might be able to work that out. But if you want to throw that in the pot, I'm going to throw something else in the pot.
Okay.
You're going to give me Soraya.
I
We
feel like
came here looking for her.
they're getting the better deal on this.
So we came here looking for her. What do you know about where she may have fled to, considering, you know, we stayed a slipping Jimmy?
Jimmy here gave her a warning. And she said something about she only had the one identity set up.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily know where she's going to go, but she's probably either going to have to operate under the Sandy Parker name, or she's going to have to pay for a new identity, which I'm pretty sure you can find somebody that handles those.
I'll tell you what, how about you let us walk out of here, let us go next door, we can search her apartment, see what we can find, and go from there. That way we're doing this job, you know, you would have now effectively hired us. And if we can find her, I guess we could deal.
All right.
Do you need her alive?
I need her off the table. I need her not able to identify that this was corporate property that we're stealing.
So you want her,
Understood.
you want her dead so that the data can't be traced back.
Yep. That's the size of it.
Well, you can still use the data even if she's alive, right?
We can. But wherever she ends up, they're going to get their copy of the data. And they're going to be out there running their intellectual property protection procedures, whatever the hell those mean. And if they see this procedure being used at some place they didn't authorize, that's going to come down on us. Now, if she can't make that deal at another corporation because she's 6 feet under, then I can use this procedure wherever the hell I want, and nobody can tell me no.
Or, come and repo the parts from you once it's already been done.
I knew you were the smart one of the bunch.
Oh, yeah, I still don't know how that happened. Well, it's probably because I'm not from the city.
So
you're gonna let us go next door and do a little sleuthing, right? Yeah, we're cool.
we're going to go over next door. And you can do your sleuthing.
Have you told your guys that you're going to let us walk out?
You hear a little tiny blip of static that you recognize as her switching over to an internal agent voice channel. And then she smiles and says, "All right, they're stood down."
Cool. Go take a field trip.
The other apartment looks an awful lot like this one. It's almost like they're on a standardized floor plan. Where the other apartment had been set up as kind of a model apartment, this one actually looks like it's been lived in a little bit. Not much, but things like there's a takeout container on the coffee table. There's dishes in the sink, that sort of thing. There's actually soap in the bathroom, that sort of nonsense.
Fancy soap.
Yep.
Kind with the scent.
Wait, there's note pockets that.
Let's do some investigation.
Yeah.
Investigation.
That's like conceal reveal, right?
Conceal reveal would be one. You can do perception. You can make an argument for criminology. However you want to carry out your investigation, make an argument for it.
With perception.
Okay.
Are there electronics?
There are, in fact, electronics. There is, in fact, an entire room set up as not exactly a netrunner's den. There isn't like a netrunner's chair in the room, but it is the next best thing. It is an electronics or computerized office.
So you said I could use criminology?
Yes.
I would like to do that. Turns out the lawman is good at that.
Okay.
Shocking.
So with your electronics roll, this computer appears to be locked down. For whatever reason, they locked it out. Criminology, you are looking through this, and the profile that you put together is whoever did this left quickly. You notice a few things that they left behind, like personal items that got left behind, that indicate that they didn't have necessarily a lot of time to put together an exit plan. But everything that got left is something that you at least would consider nice to take with you, but ultimately not essential.
Mm-hmm.
So this is somebody that had a plan, but had to rush to execute the plan. You notice in like a drawer of one of the desks printouts of like various city maps, various portions, like trying to map out where it looks like they were trying to map out where transit routes go through, that sort of thing. Trying to figure out that it almost looks like they were trying to figure out how they could arrive at a location by one modes of transport and then leave by another and have ready access to both. You also find yeah, with that, you're looking through and you think to pull out one of the bottoms of one of the drawers in one of the desks. Sure enough, there's a false bottom on the drawer. And inside is the security key that unlocks the computer in the office.
Nice.
And you go to plug it in. I imagine Note probably gives you a dirty look.
Yeah.
100%.
And the bank of screens lights up. The bank of monitors lights up.
Ooh.
And each there are 4 files that pop up. Each of them appears to be a personnel profile. Looking at it a little bit longer, you recognize that it is a targeting profile. And Shadow, you notice one of the 4 profiles that comes up is your daughter. JK, one of the profiles that comes up is Aurora. Servi, you're... unfortunately, I'm blanking on the name of someone that you had connected to. Did you?
No, I think we settled on just that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as the enemy.
So, Servi, you see there's somebody that runs a community center in Rancho Coronado that you've worked with extensively in the past. And it's them on the target profile. Note, you're the 4th target profile. It's almost like they couldn't find somebody other than you to threaten.
Oh, man.
Oh no!
I'm going to come quite quickly over to the monitor and be like, what's all this now? What's happening? What's happening with these people? Why is Aurora's face up there?
Is Aurora again? Oh, you care.
She's a friend. She's a very good friend.
A friend?
You might have heard her actually on the radio, or the waves, or in your like disco dance things. She's a rocker. Aurora. She's local. She's from the city. She's a friend.
Just a friend?
Currently, yes.
Oh. Gross. Can I open the files?
Did you say gross?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, you open up the dossiers and they're pretty detailed. They talk about daily habits, known addresses, known places of work, other known associates, and whether they have any like security service that they're contracted with.
I already wasn't liking Soraya.
This bitch. No,
yeah, that's more or less where I'm at.
We agreed to the job. We said if we do the job, I'm always true to my word when I do these kinds of jobs. And she, the corpos tried to come after Aurora once, and it's not cool.
And you all remember how I peppered her, making sure that this job was gonna be good for the community, right?
Well, I don't care about good for the community.
Oh no, but I do. I do. And so that would only
yes,
be the
that's
case
good.
if the data were good data. But it's not good data. And so she endangered my people. I'm not having that.
I mean, like we agreed to the job. I have kept my word on every single one of my jobs. That's all they needed. Is there any indication of whether they're sending people after these people to threaten us?
Not yet. No, they just appear to be the target profiles.
Is there any indication of the corporation that she is moving to or seeking to move to?
There are no listed names. If you want to try and roll bureaucracy, there is a high DV check to be able to identify the corporation based on like the formatting.
Is anyone good at bureaucracy? I'm not.
I might be. Where is that?
Also, not to distract anybody from this, but I did just realize something, and it is very amusing to me.
Yes.
So the maps that we've been using are available on the Patreon for somebody by the name of Frag Maps, and they do fantastic maps for any kind of like cyberpunk or sci-fi situation, and this is part of their edgerunner's apartment list. However, take a look at the assault rifle that's on the desk there. Does that look familiar to anybody? Like it might come from a popular video game franchise.
Is that a Halo?
That is a Halo assault rifle.
Very
nice
cool.
little Easter egg.
Very cool.
So I do not have any bonus to bureaucracy.
Mm-hmm.
But Note has business, right?
Note has business and security tech.
I have deduction.
Business would work for this as well.
What about deduction?
Nope.
Okay.
You're not deducing anything in this case. You are simply recognizing the particular formatting that a corporation uses for a targeting profile.
Can Note add a +2 since this is an int?
That depends. Are you doping up?
Ooh.
Always?
Always. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Stop asking those kind of questions.
Those are fun questions, though. All right. So is that accounting for your +2?
Did I click accounting?
That was business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no, you don't recognize. It's not a corporation that you've interacted with, at least not in the sense of seeing what their target profiles look like.
I just want to delete everything.
I have business. Could I roll to see if I recognize it?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah.
If you recognize it, I'm going to shoot you.
And of course, now Foundry isn't going to respond.
Guys, look at that. He's flipping at the screen.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll business as well.
He's so cute.
Maybe I'm not. That one doesn't count because that was me
Nutmeg
rolling.
went in for the close-up.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
All right, so with another 12, yeah, no, you don't recognize it. It's not somebody that you've come across before.
So cute.
Can I download this information?
Yeah, you can download the information as you slot into to start
Could
the
I
process.
could I land up taking a using my agent to take a snapshot of the logo and wind up sending it to my sister and ask my sister if she recognizes it?
There isn't a logo to take a picture of. It's the formatting of the document and the information that's included. You can,
Like the typeface that they use and their spacing and
and
things like
certain
that.
corporations are going to want certain extra information
she
in
may
their.
will end up being
in
able
their
to
profiles.
recognize it since she's been running the shadows, running the.
She's been running in the shadows. She has not been a corporate soldier for a long time.
Hey guys, here's a wild idea. We just release the data and then they have nothing to blackmail us about, right?
A
I
chat
know
window
how-
opens up.
What
The
just
chat-
happened?
A chat window opens up. And the user at the other end types out in basically corporate structured text, proper punctuation, formatting, all that nonsense. We know you made a copy.
Okay.
And
Note type back?
Note can type back.
Smiley face emoji. That's it.
We
Can we follow it
will.
up with a winky face emoji.
Oh, winky face would have been better. Winky face emoji next.
wait, they're typing back, guys.
We will consider the contract filled when you deliver that data.
We already
Was
delivered
that
the
part
data.
of the contract? Oh yeah, we already did deliver the data.
That will be 12,000 more eddies. Send.
You are currently in breach of contract.
Are we?
I don't think we are.
There was nothing saying that we couldn't make a copy. We delivered the data.
That was not in contract.
It is now.
And so is 12,000 eddies for the copy.
New contract, new terms.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
like
we
that line.
completed the
New
old
contract,
contract.
new terms.
Motherfucker.
Should I say that too?
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet,
No.
but maybe.
Smiley face. Oh, they're taking a while to respond.
They are taking a while
New
to
phone,
respond.
who dis?
Fine.
New contract, who dis?
Very well. 12,000 euro dollars is possible with a deduction of 3,000 euro dollars for each target that you wish to remain alive.
Just note.
Wait. Oh, no.
No, it sends back.
No.
I'll take 9K.
They're threatening to kill all these people.
Just 3 people.
Yes, which is a good number of people, including you.
No, I said not note.
I know you said not note, okay? But people are not worth euros.
No, they are.
Welcome to Night City. People are worth euro dollars.
Which is why I hate Night City. But we cannot give into this corporation for this corrupt data.
No, well, the data's not corrupted. I made sure that it was secured. And
I'm going
No,
to.
but the data is wrong.
The data is invalid and biased.
And it's corrupt in the way that it's presented is false and will actually end up killing and harming a lot of people.
It's corrupt in the way that humans are corrupt, not in the way that data is corrupt.
But also, we did their job. Why are they now threatening to kill our friends just because we know what data they have, which was not part of their initial contract? They're not keeping their word.
You actually, you know what? Servi, you're the one that's been rolling deduction. You're able to pick something up out of this.
Should I roll
Soraya,
deduction?
no, I'm just going to let you have this one.
Okay.
Soraya made the contract with you personally. There was never a representation of a we. There was never a representation that she represented anybody else. When they're saying we, it seems an awful lot like the corporation that she's jumping to has gotten involved.
Hey, so it is more than just Soraya now. When we were making that deal with her for the initial job, she had jumped ship, right? She was no longer part of Rocklin.
No, she was fired.
Yeah. So she made a deal with us. I don't think this is Soraya on the other end. I think this is all formal corporate language. I think this might be the corpo that she went to with that data.
Who dis? Son. Oh, sorry. Should I make it proper? WHOTHIS question mark.
You got to put an asterisk to know that, so that way they know that you corrected it.
Star.
Oh my gosh.
This is incredible.
Because we need to know who we make contracts with.
Fair.
Thumbs up.
Heart.
Oddly enough, no, you don't. And the next message, which follows on immediately, is an address and a time. And you recognize that the address is one of the many night markets that dot Night City. It's not far away. The time is about an hour from now. And it's pretty clear that this is intended to be the meeting.
Where's Harpy?
Yeah, hey Harpy.
She's leaning on the doorframe behind you, grinning.
You want to take these 24 floors of people and go after the corporation that's after this data? We got a time and a place.
Oh, I got plans for that. Not gonna lie though, I was bluffing on that.
You were bluffing?
Yeah, we had 3 floors of people.
Okay.
3 floors. 3 floors.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Note pulls out a heavy pistol and shoots Harpy then.
What?
Oh shit! All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
What?
I'm not gonna make you roll initiative. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Thank you.
Oh god.
Talk about a chaos gremlin.
And you don't.
Oh!
And now we are going to go into initiative
God.
after the break.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So
Oh.
we will be back in 10 minutes, 8:32, and we will see you then. Hello and welcome back to Chaos Gremlin Factory 3000. I mean, the Rocklin Clinic Job. Once again, my name's John. I'm going to be your game master tonight, and we are about to roll initiative because somebody just shot a friend. Former friend-ish.
Friend is a strong word.
Potential ally.
Potential ally might have
potential
been
ally.
a better word for that.
Yeah.
But-
So we rolled initiative in the during the break. Shadow is up first. What has just transpired is that some corporate entity on the other end of a chat link has been threatening people close to our edge runners such that they would bring in their copy of the data and hand it off for free. Note refused and then turned around and shot Harpy, who could have been an ally in this conflict.
Still could be.
Not likely. Not after this. So Note has turned around, shot Harpy, missed. I should have said shot at Harpy. And Shadow is the first to react. What would you like to do, Ty?
I'm going to pull my very heavy pistol, and I'm lining up taking a shot at her.
All right, go ahead and roll that.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Sorry, when you say at her, I assume you mean at Harpy.
Yeah, Harpy.
Okay. Because if you were shooting at Note, it would be at them. Just saying.
No.
Or at her would be at me.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Her.
Or
If I
JK.
meant the note, I definitely mean Harpy.
All right, so you're using the pistol TVs. 14 hits. Roll damage.
And I am using and I am using one of my clips of armor piercing ammo. By the way,
Oh, wait, is there no evasion? Sorry, figure out the rules.
Not off of this one, no.
Okay.
All right, so Ty, go ahead and make sure that you've got the armor piercing ammunition actually loaded in, and then go ahead and roll damage.
and the bonus to damage is 2, right, for armor piercing?
I'm looking that up at the moment.
Because I thought it was only that the only difference between regular bullets and armor piercing is that when it does damage to armor, it lines up lowering it by 2 instead of 1.
Right, that is the bonus that armor piercing provides. It does not provide a damage bonus.
Right. Come on.
All right. She has.
And that is double 2, so that's a crit, right?
That is going to be a critical injury. So she takes 2. And her armor goes down by 2. And critical injury. Dismembered hand.
Jeez.
Her hand is removed, drops anything that was holding. Well, that's good, because that's one set of Wolvers and one of her SMGs gone.
One of the SMGs.
Yeah,
What's
she
an SMG?
was carrying around a pair of SMGs like she was Neo in the Matrix.
What are
all right.
SMGs?
From Shadow, we go to Note.
Awesome. Note will almost like snarl at Shadow. Very much not looking human and just be like, she's mine to kill. and we'll fire once more at Harpy.
I don't believe a 12 hits.
It works in the video games. Gosh.
Don't we have cutscene armor? Come on.
Yeah, no. The DV at this range is 13.
I hate meat space.
And Shadow looks at put the other hand that's not lining up, holding the heavy pistol, and touches his lips and kisses at her. It's like that's my response to her lighting up Starlight at me.
Okay.
If I have another action. I don't think I do because this is.
You don't. Sorry.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this is not Pathfinder. Servi, you're up.
Servi is going to raise her shotgun and turn it. Say, JK, get out of the way, and is going to point it in line of fire for Note and Shadow and say, "What the hell are you doing?" Did you not just hear her say that she was planning on going there and moving shit up?
All right, we're gonna stop there because that's all. That's a lot to say in your turn.
So yeah, pointing at them, saying, "What are you doing? You are messing this up," basically.
All right, and if either of them turn to attack you, you will have the opportunity to use your action in that case.
Okay.
We'll treat that as a held action. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but we'll treat it like that. JK,
Hey,
you're up.
Bleeds.
JK. Is going to take a step back and point her shotgun at Harpy and say, "Can't we work this all out after we take out the Corpos?"
Is that also a ready to action?
Yes. So if Harpy does go to attack, yeah. That is a ready to action.
All right. It is Harpy's turn. She has a movement of 6. So she's going to try and run. Shadow, it's your turn.
I'm laying up going after her.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing, and then I'm going to. Oh, come on, Foundry, quit. So, and I'm just gonna land up taking a shot at her. Oh, this being nice.
From where you are, you do not have line of sight at her.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, I think there's a wall there.
Mm-hmm. Walls are a thing.
So she's taking off.
She is running.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna wait to see what everybody else does, but everybody else does. But if somebody winds up coming around that corner other than my teammates, I'm gonna wind up using my pistol on them.
All right, Note, it is your turn.
There's a couple things I want to do. Note is going to shout, like, "You coward! You're doing the same thing as last time." Very loudly after Harpy as she runs.
I was like, shouting that at me? What?
You mean saving your ass?
Shadow walked out this door. I cannot move my token. So.
Oh, sorry.
Stop closing the door, Jesse.
This is a weird mechanic that Foundry has, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to ping, and instead I close the door.
Yeah, I do wish there was a ping option. That is one thing that Roll20 does better.
All right.
Click.
Note will move, I think those like 3 squares to walk out that door. Dumb door. We'll look at Shadow. Thank you. Not lowering their gun as they look at him and just say, "It's they, them. And if you make a kissy face at me again, that will be the last thing your mouth does." And it's gonna walk into the like do the like villain thing and walk after where Harpy is running out.
Cue the dramatic music.
Oh my god. We love it.
So, are we still in combat?
How fast is Harpy running?
Harpy is booking it.
Then I'm probably not.
Harpy's doing full dashes.
Harpy is getting the hell out of there. One might even say that Harpy is deltaing.
Well, that is noted.
I don't get it.
We can take dashes too, though, right?
You can.
Okay.
That's right.
Oh no. Why did you have to remind him of that?
Look, it just, everyone should be aware of the rules and get to make their most informed player character choices, okay?
Rude.
Right. Let me look at my list of gear real quick.
All right.
All right. Not that one. Boost. All right, that's just int. Not my speediness. Damn it! If I was in virtual, I could be faster.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not, so you're not.
Fuck. Dash is double move.
Correct.
So if my movement is 6, I could go 12.
Yep.
I'm dashing after them.
All right, so Harpy and Note are tearing off out of the apartment. Are the 3 of you following?
Yeah.
Might as well. I'm lining up, taking the rear, just taking slower pace just in case somebody's lining up, gonna try sneaking up on us.
Gotta make sure that they don't kill the bitch.
Well, I mean, like, they might, but best case scenario,
or
neither of us
rather,
would die. Worst case scenario, I'd rather save Note than Harpy.
true, fair. Or rather, if they do kill Harpy, that it's after like trying to apologize first and get Harpy back on our side, and then if that's not like possible, maybe not apologize, but try and get Harpy back on our side. And if that's not possible, yeah, fine, dead, whatever. Whoops.
Survey. If Harpy escapes and we make it out of here alive, I bet you anything Harpy is still going to show up and try and take out those corpos, whether we're there or not.
Fine.
But we need to get out of here alive. Which might be more difficult now. But either way, I think we have to follow them.
Yep. There's no reason to wait. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to set up briefly. Notes first out the door, obviously. Shadow is second. Serby and JK, you can come out in your initiative order. And the first initiative was linked to the scene, so Shadow is going to be up first.
Okay, so where are we?
So you have just come out of the apartment. You are on the floor, and it's pretty clear that she is trying to either make it to the stairwell up in the top left corner, or all the way around to the 3 o'clock position where the elevator bank is.
Then I'm going to use my full movement speed to end up closing the distance as close as I can. And I'm going to take am I close enough to take a shot at her?
Yeah. Uh, 15. You're using your assault rifle?
I was using my pistol.
You're using your pistol, okay.
Yeah. You didn't you took off the assault rifle off of my character sheet, so I'm using the pistol.
It's just not equipped. You do have it.
Oh, okay, well, no, I'm still using my pistol.
Okay. A 15 will hit her. Roll damage.
Come on. Come on.
All right, so a 14 overcomes her armor.
And remember, I'm using armor-piercing rounds, so does that end up affecting her armor?
Yes, her armor is not looking great. But it does still take away some of the damage. All right. It is now her turn. And she's just going to dash. From her, we go to Serby.
I think I'm also just going to book it. I'm not going to try to shoot at her because now she's also just way too far away. So I can move 12 square. So for a dash, my movement is 6. So does that mean 12 meters as measured by here? So like this, or 12 individual squares?
I have been measuring it as 12 meters, so 6 squares, but I don't believe that that's actually correct. Now that I'm double checking that.
Well, should we just keep going with the way that we've been doing it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and just go with the 12 being the number of meters.
That's where we call it house rules.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. From Survey, we go to Note.
Nope. Perfect. I can consume things. Sorry. Close character sheet. All right. So how close are they able to get if they just are dashing towards them?
So basically that would be a double move.
Cool. Yeah, they're just going to double move to keep as close as possible with them, all the while being like, why don't you stop and talk to me, Harpy? Like nothing that's really like making sense as they're like shooting at them. So yeah.
All right, we go to JK.
Okay. So we're doing it 12 meters as a double?
Correct.
That's not too shabby. Okay. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to sort of try to quietly whisper shout at Note. We can always kill them later at the meetup. Let the corpos and the gangbangers shoot at each other and then we'll take out whoever's left. And that's my turn.
All right, we go to Shadow.
Okay, I'm continuing to move forward. I'm just going to continue to. I'm gonna let Noah take lead on this, but I'm going to keep an eye to see if I see anybody moving up on us and moving up on us.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna wind up not lining up shooting anymore.
All right. It goes to Harpy's turn. And she skids to a halt. Looks around like trying to figure out her options. Looks back at you, snarls, and says, "I'm not going to forget this." And then runs to the edge of the air shaft and leaps down the shaft.
Okay. Well, that's...
What?
You hear a crash and a clang and a thud further and further down the air shaft as she goes. And then you don't hear anything else coming down or coming back up.
Guys, we have to get out of here. I'm assuming there are like 3 floors of people who are about to just converge and murder us.
JK, you have bombs, right?
I have some grenades. Like, I have a couple incendiary, 1 EMP, some,
Which is the one that you currently have loaded.
and flashbangs.
So if you
But,
were
like,
to throw
that's,
one
like-
down that air shaft, what would happen?
That I mean, first of all, it's a launcher, so it mostly goes out and not down. But also, like, I could throw it down, but that's a very wide area. The likelihood of me hitting anything is slim to none.
Small correction.
Can't you do better?
The odds of hitting Harpy are slim to none. The odds of hitting something are pretty damn good.
I need something to aim at, though. And honestly, if we're going to blast our way out of here, we should do it when we encounter people. But I could throw something down there if it makes you feel better.
And you all wanted to do this by yourself, so I couldn't
Building
let
on fire until we're out of it.
Quick out of character check. This is an occupied apartment building.
Yeah, no.
Like there are regular people living their lives down there. Please don't go throwing random grenades.
I could have done better, but my options here are extremely limited. You know Harpy will show up at that meetup. Let's just get our asses out of here, and then we can kill them.
Let's take the elevator.
And I will explode anyone we need to get ourselves out of here.
Anyone?
Even you.
I mean, bad guys. But
Oh no,
anyone who
that
tries
Such
to
a
stop us.
subjective term, bad guys. That was like pushing the down button multiple times on the elevator.
Anyone who tries to stop us. Here. I'm gonna take out the EMP grenade because that one I want to save for Harpy, and I'm going to load an armor piercing round.
Can I have the grenade?
Which
do
one?
not give it to them.
The EMP one?
Do not.
Oh,
I mean, the EMP one, absolutely.
That? Ew.
The one that sets
Fine.
the
Well,
building
sooner
on fire?
find
No.
note than it
Yeah.
will.
But here's the EMP one. You can use it on a Harpy as soon as you see them.
Yeah, except that's gonna hurt me too.
You throw it away from you. That's the whole point of a grenade, okay? Away.
Okay.
no, if you were going
right
to
now.
An incendiary one is also going to hurt you. If it's close enough.
Well, EMP would hurt my tech, and I care more about that. So
You should also care about, burning your flesh. I know it's less important to you, but still.
flesh is replaceable.
Tech is replaceable. Flesh is not.
I just get tech for flesh. Is how that works, right?
All right.
Yeah, totally.
Either way, here's the EMP. You can toss it straight at Harpy.
Perfect.
But let's get out of here.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is all as we're descending in the elevator.
Yeah. This is all in the
Nice
elevator.
music.
And you don't encounter any resistance. When you get down to the exit, like there is the courtyard down at ground level that looks directly up the air shaft, and you can see the trail of awnings and safety nets and girders and other debris that have been bent and broken and dropped as Harpy has been fleeing
Falling.
Yeah, falling, fleeing, whatever.
At least she knows to be scared.
I'm kind of scared of you right now, not gonna lie.
We've all taken note.
Oh,
Because we realized
Why
no
are you
one
scared
takes
of
note.
no? I'm the one that blew off her hand and landed up, gave her a couple of lifelong scars with landing up actually hitting her.
Because it's not about the damage you can do sometimes. Sometimes it's far more about what you can damage, injure, whatever, and about not wanting to awaken that in someone.
Note shot at
I am
Harpy unprovoked.
sorry for whatever happened between the two of you. I really am. We will get her. Them? Is Harpy a them or a her?
Harpy is a her.
We will get her. We will find our moment and we will get her. And we know where she will probably be. So let's take advantage of that. We can wipe out the corpos who are threatening our friends. And at the same time, take out Harpy. If we play this right. But we have to be in the right mind space for it. And note, I will help you get there. But you have to work with us and not against us.
Pretty words, JK, but I just work for myself and our meeting's in an hour, so we should go. Should I call an Uber?
A cyberpunk Uber.
I could drive.
We've talked about that. Let's. I'm sure we can find a vehicle. We'll get ourselves set up.
Perfect.
All right. That is just enough vamping that I've been able to set up the new map.
Work for yourself, but with us.
Yes. Use us to get what you want.
Perfect.
I'm fine.
Love that. I'll use you guys to get what I want.
I mean, you do anyway.
There's the reason it was just me on that screen and not some flesh people.
Oh my god. So you arrive at the address, and it is one of the many night markets in the city. No, I appreciate the input, Spoon, but they can't afford. Well, I guess you could afford Delamain. You do have that pile of cash that Servi has not spent. But yeah, so however you do arrive at the night market, you do, and you have about 10 minutes before your appointed meeting time to run whatever quick reconnaissance you want to do. If you want to set up in a particular way, you can. You don't immediately identify anybody like necessarily hiding out in a sniper position. But also, like, you're going to have to run a proper reconnaissance if you're going to find somebody that's actually hiding out in a sniper nest. Surprise! It's Shadow's sister. No.
Well, I was going to actually call her and end up asking her if she actually had anything going on and would actually end up giving us sniper coverage. But
what's your daughter's name? Remind me.
I haven't landed up used it all game. I can't remember.
I know. I haven't either, which is why I'm blanking on it. You did
Anna something or Annie something?
Make it up.
Yeah, go ahead and make up a name.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Lined up uh, going by her handle that she goes by Cipher.
Okay, yeah. The reply that you get back from your sister is, "Can't help right now. Cypher missed a call."
All right. And then I transfer
Sona.
a picture of our wayward notes former friend, and land up asking her, land up telling her that we need to land up talking about me hiring you to make sure someone lands up ending up dead. It's what I say, and I send her the picture of notes friend. And
You get another text back, and you can tell it's kind of agitated because it's like punctuated after every word. "We can talk later."
yes, I said talk
Yeah,
later.
I know, but Cypher's missing, so that's the thing.
I let the the group should land up knowing because I never took anybody off the off the call, so the group landed up heard the conversation.
Wait,
Well,
so
not heard, saw the conversation, text conversation that transpired.
hold on. Cypher's missing, and Cypher was on that list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you've already grabbed them?
I type out to the group in text message that my real last name is Van Setten.
Cool. Jonna, Catherine Sinclair at your service. But that means they've already taken the hostages. If Cypher's missing, that
Yep.
means there's a lot more at stake here.
I'm
Yep.
still here.
Yeah, well, you were with us and you were a lot more heavily armed than Aurora. I
Are
mean,
you
the others.
sure Aurora and what was your person, Surrey?
Oh, we didn't have a specific one. We're gonna call them
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg. Yes,
Yep. That is the
Nutmeg.
canon name for this person, Nutmeg.
Nutmeg the zookeeper. Zookeeper being a euphemism for
For running a
school teacher
community
rounding up
center.
all the children.
Maybe you should call your peeps.
I'm going to try and send a message to Aurora, being like, "Hey, hon. I hope you're not kidnapped right now. Please message me as soon as you can."
You immediately get a reply. It is the exact same address and time that you saw in the chat message back at the apartment.
JK's gonna swear.
Ooh,
They've
JK
got them. I just tried to message Aurora and got the meeting time and place. They have her.
Gotcha. I what time of day is this right now?
It is coming on early evening.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it would be like school time because I would call the principal's office or something.
Guys, she does not deserve to be in the mix of all this. Okay? She is like one of the only good things about this entire goddamn city, and she does not deserve to die because of this fucking corpo bullshit.
As far as you know, she could have secrets too.
Not the time note.
Oh, sorry.
Not the time.
Oh no, they're missing. Let's go to the meeting. I'm sorry. Sam's not like this.
I know. That's what makes it awesome.
All right.
Okay, mean face.
So, in this moment, you have established the stakes of this meeting. In this moment, you arrive at the night market. You see, basically, there are 5 or 6 different larger buildings around the area. Note with your interface, you would know that each of them has their own network that they're hooked into. Some of them have security cameras, some of them do not, but they are not interlinked. So you're going to have to choose which one you want to interact with if you decide to go that way. The biggest source of illumination, I guess, in this entire thing is a billboard off to the east side, which I am kind of ham-fisting a thing in here. It is a billboard for a concert that's upcoming. And the concert is... if I can get the thing to open, please. There we go. The poster simply says that Chrome Rock isn't dead. If it's going to load, there we go. Chrome Rock isn't dead. It gives a date, a few months off, and it lists several of the headline performers, many of whom are familiar to you as like musical acts. But one in particular.
Oh, is that Aurora?
No, actually.
Just kidding.
No. But sorry, go ahead and let's establish what preparations you might be making before we continue. What other preparations might we be making?
Wait, we're not going to hear more about these bands and possible NPC?
Not yet. Not until I hear what defenses you're putting in place.
What defenses?
Can you mark on the map where this meeting is supposed to take, just like an X or something?
You are currently there.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'd like to do a perception, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. And
Right
what is
there?
it you're looking for with this perception?
Good places to hide, any sort of traps or cameras or detection equipment that might already be here.
Okay.
We could do with that.
Ouch.
Good places to hide. The market is actually really good at blocking off lines of sight. So,
There we go.
All right. So the electronics, you do notice that each of the buildings has their own security cameras that are there for the building security. For somebody with corporate resources, they are probably going to be tied into those networks rather than put up their own. Servi.
So I'm also, in addition to the general stuff that Shay was mentioning, I'm also specifically looking, so not just for defense for us, but where they might take an offense.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so the things that you notice, first of all, is that to the south, those are the streets that are open to traffic. So if anybody was going to drive up in a truck or drop in with an AV, that's the likely spot that they would be doing that.
Pull up.
There's also a metro entrance on the corner there, so possibly they could be coming up from that spot. The other thing that you notice as a likely position of ingress, there's a it's like a packet truck that is made up to look like a food truck, but it is closed at a point when the market ordinarily would be open and bustling.
Mm-hmm.
It also strikes you that all the vendors, all the customers, there's nobody at this night market. It's like the place has been cleared for you.
So I guess I'd point to that closed truck, and I just point and make sure that everybody can clock it. And I think I just turn around to them and say, it is entirely too quiet here, if you know what I mean.
It doesn't surprise me that there should be way more people here.
Oh yeah, we're totally walking into a trap. We have no idea how many people are at this meeting. What kind of firearms they're gonna have? Maybe if they're corpos, I'm sure they're gonna have good weapons.
Maybe we should take a step back and see if they start fighting each other before us.
Or we miss our meeting. Can I would like to hack into the security cameras that are facing the actual meeting location, or is it just the night market? It's not a particular building.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Sorry. Are we meeting just nebulously at the night market or at a particular building or stall within it?
The address that was given is actually referring to the intersection.
Okay. Are there high rises around, or is it all pretty?
I mean, in terms of Night City architecture, they're fairly small buildings, but they're 5 or 6 stories in most cases.
Cool. Yeah, no, it's just trying to find which security cameras would be the best to hack into to get an overview of the sort of inner night market, so that they could see someone's coming up from this aisle next to them that is going to potentially ambush them or something.
So you've got 2 equally good, I guess equally good options that each have their own trade-offs. The building across the intersection to the southeast with the red sign that I'm marking has a good line of sight on the meetings area and down into the market. However, it is fairly distant from anything, so it may be more difficult to see things from there. The building with the yellow windows up on the top floor off to the west is much closer and is looking directly down into the market. However, it does not have as good a view of the intersection.
Could I augment the security footage that I'm able to pull from the first building? If I with my own cryon cyber implants and stuff?
When you say augment, what do you mean?
If I'm able to zoom with my cool eyes, can I make this secure? Can I while looking through the security camera zoom?
Yeah, you're able to do that with the security cameras.
All right. Yeah, then Note is going to try and hack into the first.
Okay, so the red sign?
Yep.
Go ahead and give me that interface roll.
Fine. Let me see here. Let's probably backdoor it.
Yes. All right. Yeah, you're able to get in. Just go ahead and give me. Sorry, ping. There is something by the name of ping, but it doesn't work in that part in the same way as the video game. let's say that there's a one password and then an interface check to control the cameras
All right.
between where you are in the in where you are and where you want to be in the interface.
Okay, so let me password that and then control. Can I redo the control?
Yeah, you can try again.
There we go.
Yeah, you're able to get in.
Nice.
So I have 4 interface moves. Okay. Is that all you needed from me?
Yeah, you've got control of the cameras, and I will just need you to remember which one you're looking at.
Perfect. So they're going to kind of like with their interface, like picture within a picture that, so they're still kind of able to keep an eye on both.
I'm gonna lead into survey. Was there something about that truck?
It seemed like it might be a ruse,
Oh, did I?
and there's probably backup or something for somebody else in that truck. Looks like it's supposed to be a delivery truck or whatever it is, but it should be open at this point in time, and it's not.
Do you want me to like huck a grenade at it or something?
Yes.
Or should we wait until like other stuff comes down?
No, let's wait, because how bad would you feel if you huck a grenade at it and then there's Aurora in that?
Good point.
Yeah.
But let's at least keep a line of sight on it.
100%. Absolutely. We'll keep an eye on it, but
Which truck is this on the map?
It is the square boxy truck in the top right.
John, you should really give me the ability to draw on the map.
I can't actually stop you from drawing on the map, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
is it that truck?
Oh, you just made me want to figure out how to draw. I found the circle lines. I'm not finding.
Is it the truck that I highlighted?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a triangle. Why can't I just draw freehand?
And that's how the stream ends. All right. I am realizing that I did not actually put this person's stats on their sheet, so bear with me for like 2 minutes. Go ahead. Like if you've got other preparations that you're going to do, go ahead and talk through them.
All right. Well, I definitely want to be within line of sight of the thing.
Are we all going to this meeting, or does anyone want to sort of hang back?
I don't know. I feel like we give Harpy's gang the opportunity to attack them first. And then maybe once that is done, or that happens, we move in. But then again, we don't know if that is exactly going to go that way. So
It's true. That is a big assumption that Harpy's gonna even show up.
Harpy wants the information for themselves.
It's true. So Survey, they have your echo. Your zoologist, your teacher person.
I'm just assuming that they do.
I'm willing to show up to this meeting. if
So
that
maybe
is
you
what
guys
needs to
could
happen.
make good decisions knowing that they got your people.
I don't know if you're the right person for this, considering that you were willing to let them all die for $9,000 credits.
I mean, that's
Just
a good
saying.
price for a person.
No. I don't think you're the right person to make those decisions. So I'll go to this meeting. You keep an eye out for Harpy. And if Harpy does show up, you take her out as soon as they're here.
Oh, am I not waiting
JK.
for them to take out Suri now? Sorry, I forgot her name.
Soraya.
Soraya.
Are you gonna say something, Suri?
Oh, I was just saying, JK, what if, or rather, note, Shadow, what if you two hold back and play sniper? Note you specifically looking out for Harpy, and once she's done with whatever she's gonna do, you take her out, and then then Shadow, you're just on the general lookout, help, being ready to shoot whenever you need. But JK, why don't you and I work together to be the mouth of the four of us? So that way there's not one person making a decision, but we can play off each other.
Sounds fair.
While they're talking about that, I'm lining up moving up to a location, and I'm seeing what I can wind up being able to perceive about this truck that's lining up standing out as being odd placed. That lands up as bringing up red flags that there's something wrong with the truck. So that's what I'm doing. I'm moving up to wind up seeing if I can get a better understanding of the truck.
Okay.
Without tipping the hand that I'm specifically lining up, looking at the truck, but I am lining up, seeing if I can perceive any sort of movement, any sort of activity around the truck, anything that winds up gives any idea of.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your perception.
Oh, come on. Foundry, come on, work.
Well, JK, I suppose you're gonna want the data then. Oh, there you go.
Come on, Foundry.
All right,
I mean,
so
I think honestly, it might be better if I don't have it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, note, I think it might still be best if you hang on to it, because if something needs to happen with it, you're the most equipped to, quickly do whatever needs to happen.
Right.
And that way, if we're the open public ones, if we get mowed down, they can't just take it off our bodies.
Yeah. I think it's safest with you still.
Excuse me. All right, so Shadow, you see, as you're trying to look over at the truck, trying to be unobtrusive, but also see what's going on with it. You see it wobble as if somebody is moving around inside of it.
Wobble, wobble.
I let the rest of the team know that there's definitely life in the bed of that truck.
Jesse, time to make your moves. Like, you're out of time to investigate. You got time to get in position at this point.
Yep.
So,
yeah, so I guess Servi and I are gonna be the ones completely unhidden. JK and I.
okay. Note, you need to stay in range of the cameras that you're controlling unless you want to step away from them. So go ahead and place yourself somewhere down in that corner. And Shadow, go ahead and place yourself where you are assuming your position for this meeting.
I placed myself on the map where it is, and I've switched to my assault rifle.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying
7
to move
o'clock.
behind this tent, but I can't.
All right.
The stripy tent. Thank you.
Oh, the stripy tent. Okay.
Yeah.
7 o'clock on the dot hits, and you see two figures walking north up the street from the intersection toward you. One of them you immediately recognize as Soraya. The other looks... It's not somebody that you've met before, but there's something about his face that looks oddly familiar. You look up at the buildings one last time to see if there's any snipers or whatever, and then you realize he's one of the performers on the poster. For whatever reason, this corporate soldier is also a rocker boy.
Wait, bring up the poster again.
Gotta have hobbies.
Yeah.
Whitewater?
This is, in fact, Whitewater.
Oh, snap.
And I bring this up because the backstory is that I originally had a different plan for how to introduce him. And yeah. He was going to... The double identity was going to come into play originally. But no, we like this better.
Cool.
So yeah, it's high noon. We're at the OK Corral. There's two of them standing opposite two of you. You hear the I'm blanking on the composer's name, but you hear the Western soundtrack playing.
Was anything playing over Syrinscape? I don't hear any.
No, Syrinscape has crashed again for me, and I have given up, unfortunately. This is not a reflection on Syrinscape. I'm just still using the desktop app, and they apparently have translated over to the web player. Yeah, so soundtrack's playing. Tumbleweed floats by on the breeze. Tugs at the tails of your coat dramatically. And Soraya steps slightly forward and says, I didn't want it to come to this.
We did your job. Why are you coming after us?
I was informed after delivery that my deal would be null and void unless my new home could be assured that they had sole ownership of the data. And when they found out that they didn't, they were understandably upset.
That sounds like something you forgot to negotiate, not us.
Sounds like a you problem.
You haven't operated in corporate spheres, have you? There is no such thing as a you problem. Not unless you're at the very top.
Yeah, and you got fired from the last corporation you were at, so
I engineered my departure.
so you got fired from one corpo. Your second corpo is already mad at you. And you're blaming us for all of your mistakes and holding our friends and community leaders hostage?
To be clear, I'm simply here to take receipt. If you want to discuss the intricacies of who designed the plan, may I introduce Dennis White, head of security at MedTech.
The guy from the poster?
I'm told it's a hobby of his.
Apparently your hobby is screwing up jobs with corpos.
Well, this can go one of two ways.
I feel like we're about to see a false dichotomy here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
As I said, this can go one of two ways. Either we leave with the data and you leave happily, or we leave with the data and you don't leave.
And what is us leaving happily? Because right now all we have are vague promises and empty threats.
Dennis White raises his hand in a tactical signal, and you see two different squads of corporate soldiers emerge from the positions that they had taken up and advance down the corners toward your position. You may continue to call it an empty threat if you wish, but rest assured, it isn't.
I also called it an empty promise.
You also called it a vague promise, and the promise is quite simple. Hand over the data, and neither you nor those you care about will be harmed.
Where's Aurora?
Safe.
Not good
For
enough.
now. Hand over the data, and she'll be returned.
We have the data. We have the data.
Yes?
And if you've done these sort of corporate deals before, which you should be an old hat at, you know you can't just hand over one thing without proof of the other. Just like at the beginning of this job, you showed us your escrow, so we did our job.
They look at each other. They consider for a moment. They nod. White puts his hand up to his ear, turns away, so it's clear that he's making a radio call. And your agent rings.
Hello?
You hear Aurora's voice, and it's clear that she's scared and very confused. And she says, they took me out of work and just threw me in a van, and they said there was some threat against me and that they were holding me for my security. Are you okay? What's going on?
Things like this should not happen to you. You're going to be fine.
I'm going to be fine. These guys say they're here for my security. I thought there was some sort of threat against you.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. They're taking them. I love you. Click.
And when do we get them back?
The moment we have the data and have confirmed that you have not made another copy, which now that we know your method of making a copy, we can be sure of that in a few moments. The moment that we are sure of that, your darling Aurora steps out onto a street corner not far from her apartment.
Now, call me a cynic,
Happily.
but let me see if I read the situation correctly. We are here because we have something that you want, and that's the only reason it seems like we are here. So what is stopping you once you have the data, and even let's say you actually do let go of our three people and let Note have Note. You don't need us anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, you said your former deal was null and void. What happens if this one becomes null and void?
What is our security like? Because we don't mean anything to you anymore. How do we know that you won't just shoot us right here? Certainly have the forces with you to do it.
What's our incentive? When you're operating at this level of the game, you can't just weigh negatives incentives. Every action has a cost. Every action has a cost. Leaving you alive has an acceptable cost. Killing you has the potential to generate enough bad press that it's not worth the risk.
I have a question.
Please.
You have incentives for 3 of us.
Yes.
How are you going to convince Note? All 4 of us are under the threat of dying with your lovely little crew here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same for all of us, but what's Note's incentive to hand this data over to you?
Who do you think manufactured all of that lovely cyberware?
A lot of different cyber companies. You all compete against each other all the time.
It's quite a naive view of things. Yes, there are different brand names placed on the different pieces. But the simple fact is, everyone has a competitive advantage in manufacturing certain components that go into each form of cyberware. Someone is good at designing the circuits. Someone is good at designing the shells. Each of these...
We'll do remote dead switch and turn her off, right? Turn them off, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, to put it bluntly.
Well, then you can also do that with any of us.
We could.
So what if we take this data to Rocklin, who we stole it from? Do you think they wouldn't want it back? What's Snow's incentive to give it to you instead of them?
We're here. Rocklin's not.
And that I type a message to my sister. Found the people that are holding cipher, and I type my location to my sister.
Okay.
And then I type a message to JK telling her that I told my sister where we are, and if she thinks that what Ghost did on the Rocklin job was something. Now she's angry and pissed and motivated. What she's capable of doing.
Note and Shadow. Give me a perception check real quick.
Mm. 19.
All right. Shadow, you hear two things as this conversation is taking place. Note, you do not notice them. You hear the doors of the panel truck swing open. And you hear boot steps down this street off to the northwest.
Okay.
And then you all hear Harpy's voice ring out. I thought we weren't invited to the party, but here we are.
Note doesn't hear this though.
Oh no, you hear that part. You hear Harpy call out.
I guess we were the only ones who knew about this meetup. They friends of yours?
Where might Harpy have seen the address and the time for this meeting?
Yeah, but Soraya doesn't know that. That's why I'm asking Soraya.
You're asking Soraya. Okay.
It's called stalling.
It's called stalling. What?
While JK stalls, I'm gonna use my roll power thing. I'm a Bob to back up the jig.
Okay.
Roll ability. That's what it's called.
Yay!
What's the name for this? And I'm just gonna send out a general SOS. Things are about to go down.
All right.
I need whatever help I can get.
Roll your roll skill. And this is going to determine degree of success.
Yep. How do I... Oh, do I just click on lawman abilities?
Yes. Just click on that.
Oh, no, that describes it.
Okay, so it's rank 4.
Yeah.
While that's going on, I type out a message that Harpy has as herself, and she's got at least 8. minions with her
Okay.
to the party, so that they end up having some idea of what Harpy's up to.
Yeah, just roll a d10 plus 4.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I love that sound.
So you get a immediate confirmation that there is a unit nearby and another unit that can arrive shortly thereafter. So you believe you're going to have at least 4 people to back you up within a couple of rounds.
Okay, sounds good.
And unfortunately, just because I didn't actually make tokens for them, they're just going to be 4 copies of Adelaide O'Bannon, who is dead. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right.
The party's heating up.
So, JK, what was the last thing you said to Stall?
I said, are these friends of yours? I thought we were the only ones invited. Are these friends of yours?
Given that I was warned by someone that we have been in contact with, I don't find it out of the question
The dead guy.
that good old slipping Jimmy didn't spill the beans, so to speak, more than once.
So they're not friends of yours.
No more than they're friends of yours, from the sound of it.
I mean, we don't have a lot of friends, to be fair. You have most of them.
Note specifically has 0.
Shots fired. Roll initiative. No.
I mean, am I wrong?
I will say Note is seeing colors right now, so
Ooh,
Is how vision works.
not that kind of colors.
Ooh. Okay.
Don't know what that means in Cyberpunk.
So should we just let you guys talk it out? Because I'm not sure we're a part of this.
No, I think we conclude our business now, and then we leave. And when she says that, you hear Harpy call back from closer this time, because she is now approached with her group of gangoons. Nah, we're not leaving this party yet. It's just getting started.
I'm going to send a quick message. No, never mind. I don't know what I'm doing.
You don't know what you're doing?
I don't.
message from Note. You guys have cyberware, right?
Yeah.
EMP's gonna hurt.
I think it's only a 5x5 grid, so you should be able to aim it correctly.
Maybe.
I'm going to, while saying, I prefer not to get shot at from 2 directions, so I'm just going to take a step back over here. And like I said, if you want to conclude this business quickly, you're going to have to convince Note to give you the data.
there's a moment where Soraya looks like she's considering this, and she turns to Dennis, nods, and simply turns to walk away.
Oh, I followed JK.
I'm sorry, did somebody say something?
I was just saying that I followed JK since my token hadn't moved yet.
Okay.
Does she not want the data?
No,
Well,
I think she's about to give us the second option where they get the data and we don't leave. I think that's her plan at the moment.
you did kind of just demonstrate that you were not the one empowered to negotiate and had been wasting her time.
Not really. I just wanted better reasons to.
No, what you told her was you have to convince Note to hand over the data. At which point, why does she bother talking to you?
Note, do you have something to say?
Me? I thought you guys were the face on this. I'm just chilling. Watching the cameras.
Sorry, just above board, I was trying to give Note a chance to maybe.
Okay.
Because again, I don't have control over the data at this moment, but if we can give it to Soraya, get our people freed. Pretty sure this battle is happening one way or another. I don't know.
What are you gonna pay me for your people? Like, if they offer me one thing, and what can you offer me?
Well, I think they're offering not to shut down all of your cybernetics remotely.
They can do that?
That's what you said. You'd be stuck in your meat suit.
Oh, no. Did you record her saying that?
Can we not all hear it?
Can Note hear that?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you were all in range to hear her saying this. She is speaking loud enough to echo off of the walls of this.
Can Note have recorded that then on her audio recorder?
Yes.
Oh no! If that information gets to the media, that they could shut off cybernetics remotely. Shoot. I think I have more bargaining power now.
Well, and you know what they were saying earlier? How the reason to leave us alive, if we were to go through this whole bargain, was because it would generate bad PR. Well, I imagine that would generate a whole lot of bad PR, wouldn't it?
What are your thoughts about that, Soraya?
At this point, Dennis White steps forward, and in a voice that just sounds like a dump truck full of gravel,
Oh God!
says, and I'm not going to try to replicate, but he says, "We've moved to external affairs now. Last chance."
Note, I suggest you send that off.
You want to be a little bit more specific, Survey? Because there's a lot of people I could send this off to.
I think you should send it out to wherever it'll get the most airtime. And whoever can do the most with it.
What about your peoples?
Seems like if Dennis over here has his way, we won't be alive for our peoples anyway. And our peoples probably won't be alive either. So, might as well try to get them in the kneecaps.
Well, Dennis, how can this be our last chance to hand over the data if Soraya is walking away?
She is no longer empowered to represent the corporation. You're dealing with me.
And you want this audio getting out to the media? You want this information getting out to the media?
You think that that's going to be news?
Look, all it wants is a little bit of money. Send them some EDs. We'll give you the data. Set our people free. You can deal with these guys however you want.
No, can you also send a copy of the data out?
Not without them not knowing about it.
Databank, on the street, you back away, we transfer the eddies. Then we retrieve the databank, and we go our separate ways. Final offer.
No, you good with that?
How many eddies are we talking?
5,000.
Each?
Only 5,000.
I don't need any of them.
Since everybody else is getting something they value back, I would recommend that you take the lion's share. But that's just my recommendation.
No, you can have all of mine. I'm assuming that you two are cool with that?
Note can have my share too. And I continue, Linda, as the conversation's going on, moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Perfect. Okay.
Survey, at this point, you notice that the first of your backups arrives at this yellow car off to the southwest.
Okay, I Adelaide O'Bannon. If I can, I'd signal to hold off.
They stay in the car.
All right, no.
But you know, if it becomes, you know, a gunfire zone, my brain is turning off, so the words are escaping me. But you know, if shots fire, you know, then come toward it.
Obviously, if shots get fired, they're getting involved.
Oh yeah.
No shots better be fired. No is gonna put the data in the middle of the street.
Okay. You set the data in the middle of the street. You get a little pop-up window in your Chiron that shows an eddy transfer for an unlisted account for 5,000. All three of you, Shadow, Survey, and JK, you all simultaneously get calls. One of the corporate soldiers steps in to pick up the data bank and verify that it is intact. Once he is verified that it is intact, all the calls connect. And it is your loved ones, the people you care about, being released. And then you hear a almost feral screech modulated through layers upon layers of chrome and steel, tempered by years of frustration and hatred, ring out, and you see Harpy leaping over one of the market stalls. One hand clutching a submachine gun, the other hand merely a stump, and she's yelling, "You're not getting off that easy, note." And we're going to cut to black there.
Whew.
Whew.
Stuff's about to go down.
Stuff is going down. But how it is going to go down, I'm going to leave unresolved.
No.
I'm going to leave just a little bit on the table. Also, welcome to those of you who are joining us from the Qualmar realm. Thank you so much for joining us. This is we are just now wrapping up. We just cut to black. This is the Sopranos cut to black. A shot rings out. There are no happy endings in Night City.
No, apparently not.
Nope.
Literally coming in at the fade to black.
I was just about to put us in battle mode.
Oh, that is good battle mode.
Good battle mode.
Here's the thing. We could play out the combat. It would take us 2 hours. I guarantee it.
Just want to throw a bomb, okay?
Absolutely.
Oh, the moment after the shot rings out in the fade to black, you also hear a thunk as the EMP grenade goes off.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea who it hit, what damage it did, what it knocked out. We just don't know. We know the people you cared about survived. That's about it. So, with all that said,
It's like that scene at the end of Angel, where they all just like, the world ends and they're all just like, all right, go time.
Yeah. So with all that said, I do very much want to thank everyone who has taken part in the fundraiser to support QuamarCon. That is, we've been the test case for the fundraisers to support QuamarCon, and I am thrilled beyond measure with the support that we've had so far. We've had, I think, 4 different donors for a total of $50 up at this point, which is, a good bar to set. If you want to contribute any more, the link that's up on screen right now, Ko-fi.com/Rogue Sparrow Games, is still going to be active. Anything that you donate to that for the rest of this week is going to support QuamarCon 2023. If you want to support this channel, you've got your normal bits, subscriptions, anything like that. That's kind of what I've got. My name's John. I've been your game master. You can find me on Twitch, obviously. You can find me on Twitter at RSG_TTV. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram as @Rogue Sparrow Games. Keep an eye on the channel. We're going to be bringing back Pathfinder Society. I've got a couple of other projects in mind for what we're going to be doing. Just keep an eye on announcements for that. With that said, let's go around the table very briefly. Who are you? Who are you playing tonight? Where can people find you? And do you think they survived? Thank you again for that donation. I, of course, missed the pop-up because that's what I'm good for. And let's start with Jesse.
Hello. All right. So I've been Jesse. I will continue to be Jesse, theoretically. And I've played Servi Allentile, the lawman of the people. I think. Oh, also, don't have much social to share, but today is my 1 year gotcha day for my pet snake, Nutmeg. And I'm always happy to share his Instagram and the other pets that I have on that Instagram. So it's at Nutmeg and the Menagerie. Oh, yeah. John, we had the same exact thought.
Same idea.
So Nutmeg and the Menagerie, go there for some fun little posts. And yeah, I think Servi at this point, she has the will to survive, but she's also now reckless. And she's willing to, because she's just been so betrayed by everything that's gone on, and she just at this moment doesn't really care much anymore, and thinks that she can do more for her community in this battle than otherwise.
All right. Ty, how about you?
Well, me, tonight I ended up played Alex, Shadow Van Setten, a solo runner, and I had an absolutely wonderful time, and I hope to land up getting a chance to land up playing in another game with you, John.
Oh,
I
thank you.
hope to play with the rest of you in another game in the future, or if John's up to it at some point, us lining up, being able to land up doing another CP Red game together.
And I
And
promise
as far
if I'm running it, I won't do another rug pull next time.
And as far as where you can find me, the best place to end up finding me is on Twitter at Typhonus. That's where I post most of my stuff. And I'll end up having a small little blog on WordPress that I'll end up posting geeky feeds.
Well, at Typhonius, not with the _ star heart from what I posted in chat just there. Twitch just likes to use your Twitch username. Continuing clockwise, Sam.
That's me. Hi, I am Sam. I am on Twitter as Sammy Scribbles, and I played Note, the Netrunner that had a humanity of 1 and was very much drugged out. Note's real name is actually Tetra Hal.
Ooh.
Yeah, but they have foregone that name to just be Note. And as for survival, Note's always looking out for numero uno. So I like to say yes, but they are probably going to meet their end very soon. Chasing those eddies as they do. But yeah, can't find me much streaming anymore. I just kind of pop onto random people's channels. So just check out my Twitter and you'll be able to figure out where I am, what I'm doing, and all that fun stuff. So that's me.
And Shay.
Hi, I am Shay. Tonight I was playing JK, the tech who I'm pretty sure she found her way out of there, but not before taking out at least a couple corpos. But I think she wants to live on to go after Soraya, who went after her girl. So you can find me here. I also play Pathfinder as my character, Tabitha Aurelia Gates, who is very different from Shay, I will say. I also do or did some very casual cosplay in all the before times. I hope to start doing that again. You can find me there on Facebook. I am also on Instagram at ShayJ or ShayJ Cosplay or ShayJBD. But mostly you can find me back here with John at Rogue Sparrow Games.
Yeah. And just very briefly, Soraya almost definitely survived. Dennis White probably survived. He's borged out all to hell. And he's got stats for like hardened lieutenant. Harpy survived on spite exactly as long as Note has survived. And the moment Note kicks the bucket, Harpy will be right there on the other end of the dagger.
Harpy becomes a bucket.
Yes.
Harpy will kick the bucket before Note does.
Yeah, okay. As I'm not one to execute hostages willy-nilly, so everybody that was taken hostage does survive. Yeah.
JK will probably try and convince Aurora to leave the city for good. Aurora probably won't. But she'll try.
She'll consider it. She'll consider it after this. All right. Well, thank you all so much for taking part in this. I had an absolute blast. You have all been fantastic people to play with.
You've been a fantastic game master.
Oh, let's not make that pretense. Thank you so much to everybody in the audience who's been a part of this experience. We really appreciated having you there, and it does make this that much stronger of an experience. And with all that said, for the last time as the Rocklin Clinic Job, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and have a good night.